Hello and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Not long ago I had a chance to go to a beer sampling session with three of my good friends, and we went through a number of interesting beers, including a couple from this brewery, Vertere, which I had never had before. And first a little about Vertere. They are located in Tokyo Prefecture, but not the Tokyo you probably have in your mind of tall buildings and busy highways and trains and so forth. They're way out in the country, right on the edge of the prefecture, on the western edge, up in the mountains, and they're located in a small area called Okutama. And they started there, but they've expanded, and they have a few more things going on. They have tap rooms, actually 4 tap rooms, and 4 bottle shops. Some of them are attached to the tap rooms. And one tap room is open all week long, and the others are open only on Saturdays and Sundays. So Vertere started in 2014 here in Okutama, in this western part of Tokyo. And Vertere, the word in Italian, has several meanings: to be about or to regard something, to be concerned with something. In Latin, it has the meaning of turn or change, and I'm really not sure which meaning they are intending for their beer, but in any case, perhaps all of them could be applicable. So again, they have all these tap rooms and places to buy their beers. In 2023, they opened up a new brewery and really expanded their capacity by a factor of 4. So they are producing quite a bit of beer, but they're still quite small. They now make batches of 2,000 liters or 4,000 liters. So you can see they're not up there with the big brewers in Japan, or even the medium-sized craft brewers. So they've kept their scale kind of small overall. So I hadn't had any beers from them until recently, and a friend brought 2 of their beers to the tasting, and we'll try. I'll give you a rundown on both of those beers. They do have apparently three flagship beers: mild ale called Cream, a double IPA which is labeled Magnolia, and a New England IPA, hazy IPA called Kasi Midora. So if you go on their website, and I will put a link to their website, you can see the variety of beers they have. They made a lot of different beers, some very unusual styles as well, not the typical pale ale IPA sort of thing, but all kinds of interesting styles, including the 2 that I will talk about in this review. So let's take a look at this beer, and kind of an unusual picture, see if you can figure it out, what's going on here. This beer is called Vertere Hortia, or Hortia, I'm not sure, Hortia Lithuanian Wit. And what a name, huh? I think we know what a wit beer is. This is called a Lithuanian wit, and I'm not sure what they intend by that, except that they do have a yeast called Lithuanian farmhouse yeast that they do use in this. Lithuania has a long history of kind of a sort of rustic, kind of homegrown brewing traditions, small batch stuff, and I think maybe they're trying to get that idea, sort of a rustic approach to their beer. And Hortia is actually a tree, an evergreen tree. I'll show you a picture of it here. And it's a tree that grows in Central America and South America. And I'm not sure why they chose this as their name of their beer, but I can't find any kind of medicinal or edible qualities to this tree, but maybe it's just a nice tree, who knows. This is 5.5% alcohol by volume, 10 international bittering units. The malt bill includes Pilsner, wheat malt, and carapils. The hops are Amarillo, and the yeast is, again, Lithuanian farmhouse yeast, and perhaps they sourced this yeast from Lithuania, I am not sure. And other ingredients include coriander and orange peel, which of course are traditional ingredients in Belgian wit beer style. This beer cost 895 yen on their the website and on the online shop, and that would come out to $5.99 in U.S. dollar terms, and in euros, €5.51. Untapped has 171 ratings when I checked, and that was average of 3.69 out of 5, so pretty high. Okay, so what did we think of this? Well, the aroma certainly had a lot of citrus blossoms, some lemon. It was a very pale gold color, not as cloudy as most wits tend to be. And the flavor was kind of a thin, very clean, sort of thin, sweet malt. And then the citrus bit was sort of like lemon candy, kind of sweetish, sort of lemon note. I didn't get the coriander at all in this, and I'm not sure why. And overall, it seemed a bit thick for the style, and perhaps that was part of the rustic element they're trying to get in, kind of the unrefined element, perhaps. Overall, it had rather rich flavors for a wit, kind of unusual. It didn't seem like a typical wit, but of course, maybe they were going for something different there, not trying to, put out a classic wit beer, but their own take on it with this Lithuanian farmhouse ale, or farmhouse yeast. So perhaps that's what they were going for. I'm not sure. But if you've had this beer, let me know. If you've had other beers by Vertere, please do let me know, and put a comment in, and I will reply to you. And I hope you will subscribe to the channel as well. So an interesting beer from an interesting brewery called Vertere in the wilds of western Tokyo. Give it a go if you happen to see it. Check out their website. That's it for today. Please do take care. Stay healthy. Bye-bye.